Welcome to the Barbarian Starter Build Guide for Diablo 3 Patch 265 Season 17. This is based off the Might of the Earth set. This series is a starter series, survival guide type video, a lot of theory crafting, some gameplay where we walk you through from level 1, utilizing your challenge drift bag, recommendations, all the way to end game recommendations of what you would be playing. First things first, don't complete the challenge drift. Challenge drift resets on Monday. Don't do any challenge drifts on Friday. The season starts. Then you want to make a seasonal character, and then B, do your challenge drift, and then C, claim it, okay? A lot of these videos are based off of how having your challenge drift bag. I like to start these videos off with the level 1 Bluddshed recommendations because a lot of us are just gonna open up our bag and play with all of our goodies, right? So first things first, I would roll bracers on Barb. It's incredibly powerful. Even though it's a Leapquake season and you can make a case for the boots, I'll bring up the boots right here. The loot socks are amazing, right? Even though it's a Leapquake season, just having a 500% multiplier to Seismic Slam, which is a 50-yard AoE cone, or Hammer the Ancients, which hits extremely hard, which also has like a 20-yard AoE rune you can use really early on. I'd go for the multiplier first and then go for socks. If I get one or the other, I'll be happy. If you get the Seismic Slam, it's actually better because the 6-piece Might of the Earth set buffs Seismic Slam by 20,000 damage. So this is actually better, but you know, HOTE is amazing. So either one, get one of them and then go for boots. The loot socks can be cast multiple times, and with the Earthquake set, which we get for Hadrig's this season, every time you leap, you cause an earthquake. So you're throwing out, 5,000 to 8,000 damage earthquakes all over the battlefield. It's really powerful. Barbs have one of the best start ever. For the level 70 Hope of Cain upgrade, so challenge drift video on the channel. If you don't know how to utilize the challenge drift bag, we get 35 Death's Breath this season in the challenge drift bag. So we're able to unlock all of our professions, upgrade any one single item in the game, and get something from it. With Barbs, I'm going to say we upgrade a level 70 two-handed mighty weapon. This is not there. With the mighty weapons, you have 4 out of 6 to roll really well. So you have the Blade of Tribes, which is perfect for Leapquake, best in slot for Leapquake Might of the Earth builds. You have the Seismic Slam weapon, which you can use with Might of the Earth because, the 6-piece buff Seismic Slam. So now you have 2 big multipliers plus the bracers. Really easy to get bracers, right? So these 2 are really amazing. Plus you can get the IK weapon. You can always wear the 3 or the 2 or 4-piece set with the Might of the Earth to get Perma Ancients, more resource coming in. If you have more resource coming in, you can focus on Seismic Slam. You can keep throwing them out with your character. And then the Gavel of Judgment is the HOTE weapon. So you have 4 of them are good. So I would gamble on weapons. If you get one, you can run and get the cube. While leveling, I kind of talked about it, but you want to use low-cost spenders. Spenders are things that use resource. So like if you use Hammer the Ancients, it costs 20 Fury here. I'd probably use Rolling Thunder because it has a 22-yard damage, like nice clear path. You can get more value per Fury you spend. So Smash does way more damage, but Rolling Thunder has way more cleave, essentially, right? And Seismic Slam, I'd use the Stagger rune. It's lower cost than the other runes, so even though it might do less damage, you'll be able to get more attacks in over the 1 to 70 leveling process. Even with Whirlwind, if you use the Wind Shear rune, you get Fury back when you're casting it. Just really good value. So you want to just focus on things like that. But ultimately, hopefully you have the bracers and then you would just build around whatever bracer or multiplier you get. So if you don't know about the Leapquake set, every 30 Fury you spend, you're getting a cooldown on Leap, Earthquake, Avalanche, and Ground Stomp. So you essentially have like a built-in geom. Like these are up all the time. The 4-piece Leap causes an Earthquake when you land. Every time you leap, whop, you cause an earthquake, and you gain the effect of the Iron Impact rune. The Iron Impact rune is so good. A lot of time with Leapquake, I'll just use red gems the entire way. I love the way it scales with the armor bonus and red gems. Another thing that's really important is you craft a Mighty Belt at level 70 if you don't have one already, and get Life per Fury on it. Life per Fury is one of the best healing mechanics in the game, and you're constantly dumping Fury with Rumble. So every time you empty your whole tank, you're getting healed a percentage off of that. And you can also get Max Fury as a secondary on your belt and weapon. So if you use a mighty weapon, you get max fury, and then the mighty belt, you get max fury. More fury, more healing, more damage. It's just great. More cooldown, right, for the 2-piece. With all classes, you want to craft gear at level 70. Fill in the missing pieces of things that you do or don't have. Look for rings and amulets and stuff like that. Look for really good, you can get double crit a lot of different places. And yeah, just go over stats, you know, double crit, strength, and just the things like that are really going to help you versus just putting on legendaries with no really good stats on them. We're not using any Paragon. We're not using anything in the cube. You'll probably have the loot socks or the bracers. This is literally with absolute nothing. And it should be okay. This was one of the slower clears in comparison. But once you get your 6-piece bonus, you get 20,000%. I mean, this is not bad at all. I'll showcase that right here, right? So you get up your stuff, you cast earthquakes, you expend your fury with seismic slam, you're leaping, there's an earthquake, you're ground stomping, they're all pulled to the earthquake, you're dumping it. Like, it's super serviceable. Like, you're gonna be able to walk through the map with little, like, you can see how tanky I am too because of the iron impact rune. Causes a lot of impact. Here we go. Let's dump. Like, there's really no combo here that you have to worry about. Whenever you get low, you can dump your fury on purpose. That way you get the resource back. But they're all taking so much AoE damage, and even the Rift Guardian's not terribly difficult either, but you could always save a pylon for it if you're a little worried. The first GR you do every season is you get a Bane of the Powerful. So if you just do a level 1 GR, you do get that Bane of the Powerful for 20% more damage on top of what I'm using here, right? And the red gems help too, make you a little bully early game. Let's cast a few more things, dump the Fury, have an Earthquake, sir, have a Ground Stomp. I use Wrenching Smash to pull them to the location. So I don't have to like hope that they get there, you know? I don't want to get frozen. Should I leave? No, we'll take it. And even just taking a frozen like that, I wasn't able to die. But you can see, you just stomp your way to victory. It's not terribly difficult. Once you get your 6-piece bonus, you get 20,000% damage to Seismic Slam and Earthquake. So I would definitely focus on using Earthquake as my main damage source. You leap around, kill everything. Or Seismic Slam. I will put links in the description for both of these builds that you can go into. There's even a push build end game with Seismic Slam and of course with Leapquake, right? Leapquake Barb. 20,000 damage. It's more than 2 lawn buffs put together. So it's really powerful. Leapquake, I think there was somebody pushing almost 130s this season, like a 127, 128 pushing with Leapquake. It's a really powerful, underrated build. I think you guys will absolutely love it. This was my hardcore Let's Play for Season 16. If you remember, I had tons of fun. Even though Leapquake is a ton of fun, you're probably going to play Lon Hoda, Lon Hammer of the Ancients. It's a really sleek build as well. And it's similar to Seismic Slam. It just has a smaller cone, a smaller radius. And I cover this here on the channel. It hits really hard. It's chill to play, mobile, and yeah, it just does a lot of damage. And I definitely would recommend it if you've never played like a Hoda build before. It's the Legacy at Nightmare season, so now's a good time to jump in. You could also play like Lon Seismic Slam or anything like that if you wanted, but again, you would just play Might of the Earth Seismic Slam since it does more damage with the 6-piece. If you want the fastest speed build, it's going to be Charge Barb for you. The best push build is going to be Raycore Hoda. The second best is going to be Lon Hoda, and then followed by IK Hoda, and Leapquake should be in that same category, like that solid B tier push builds, like the 125-ish range. For groups, you're invaluable, man. You're gonna be playing support Barb. Everyone's gonna love you. If you're playing with necromancers, you're gonna be delegated to globe duty a lot. I'm gonna put links in the description for this kind of stuff, but yeah, you're gonna be picking up a lot of globes and supporting your fellow necro bros. For the push meta, you're a little bit more of a scout where you're chaining, pulling, grabbing enemies, scouting ahead, popping pylons, and it's a little more free with the push variation. But you know, speed farming maybe is a little more mind numbing. You don't want to try too hard. I don't know. It's silver lining somewhere in here. At least we're in the meta, right? You could be not in the meta, so I guess take that as you will. Now, whenever we talk about the best like group builds, you can play any 3 DPS and 1 support for like 110s. Like the game is progressed farther than it's been in the past. So if you got a bunch of buddies or you make your own group, you can run like any 3 DPS in the game and 1 support Barb or a support Monk to keep the group healthy and, you know, and not dying and stuff like that. So you don't really need to use. I've played off meta my entire Diablo career. Like I've never actually done a speed meta comp. But I might do rat runs this season, which is basically like focusing on lawn singularity, necromancers, and globe barbs. So I might do it this season, but up to this point I have not. So you don't have to. You can make your own groups and squads and things like that. There's a lot more builds you can play. I just don't have time to cover it in all these videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you enjoy these starter survival guides. It means a lot. I get all the support from Patreon, from YouTube and Twitch and everywhere, the comments and the likes and dislikes. It means a lot, chat. I'd rather have an emotional reaction than no reaction at all, right? My wrestling fans know that, right? It's better to be a heel or a face than nothing at all. This is the Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.